Hi, I'm Debbie Ingram, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor of Vermont. And I invite you to join us for our virtual tour of the state. This episode, we will be going to Windham County. Please come along. When we look at Windham County by the numbers, we see that the population is a little over 42,000. The non-white population percentage is 5.4%, which is pretty much in line with the state overall. The poverty line, though, is higher. It's a full percentage point higher at 12%, and that's not a good thing. So then, not surprisingly, the family median income is many $1,000s less, but also the home prices and the gross rent are also lower. Windham County is home to 414 of the state's 6,800 farms. We're here today with Chloe Leary, who is the Executive Director of the Winston Prouty Child and Family Center for Children and Families. Very good to see you, Chloe. Thank you for being with us.
Maybe one of the primary ways we think of supporting families is that we are joining families in this journey. We do not come in to do things to families. It's an invitation to support. We have expertise. They have expertise. And so how do we come together and collaborate to support optimal child development? I often say, don't go into early childhood because you like kids. You better like the grown-ups too. We really see it as a holistic holding it and that we are willing to be changed by the work as well. I think one of our fundamental frameworks that we use is touch points. T. Barry Brazelton is a pediatrician, and he developed it was a medical, in a medical setting, but it really applies, frankly, to all relationships, I think, the principles and values of touch points. And so it's really about joining and being curious, valuing the relationship. I think not judging, but really being willing to sort of show up and understanding that children and families, a thriving community will take care of children and families. And so really trying to help people understand, these are all of our children.
I also like to speak about this as a part of the public good. When we're helping other people's children, we're helping everybody. It's not, just as you're saying, it's not like they're separate from, foreign from, isolated from the rest of us. It really is beneficial for our society as a whole, for all of our kids to be well taken care of, and for parents to be able to function in an environment where they are feeling relaxed, able to be productive at work, able to contribute to their communities. One of the things that I really enjoy doing in Windham County is canoeing on the Connecticut River. The river starts at the Canadian border and travels 410 miles down to the Long Island Sound, making it the region's longest river. It's really a great place for canoeing and paddling of all kinds. And normally, most years, Brattleboro sponsors the Brattle Paddle, which is a 9-mile canoe, kayak, and stand-up paddle race. Unfortunately, it won't be sponsored this year, but it is a beautiful spot to enjoy the river. A historic landmark that can be found in Windham County is located in Dummerston. It's Rudyard Kipling's Vermont home. He used the home as a writing retreat and actually wrote the Jungle Book here in Vermont. The house is now a National Historic Landmark run by the Landmark Trust, which is based in southern Vermont. And you can do all kinds of cool things like sit at Kipling's desk and read in his library, or play tennis on his original clay court, which was the first tennis court built in Vermont. It's a very interesting and historic place to visit. So today I am talking with Randy Solomon and Natalie Blake from Fire Arts Vermont, which is located just outside of Brattleboro. Thanks very much, Randy and Natalie, for being with me.
We started with just people that worked out of the studio. Both Natalie and I used to have 4 and 5 employees each, and they're all artists in their own right. And so we represented their work. And as we grew, we took on friends of ours from shows and other artists that are still pretty much New England. And then we offer workshops and a lot of make-your-own events where you can come in seasonally, make a flower for Mother's Day or blow an ornament. Natalie does ceramic carving tiles for different holidays. And then quarterly, we were teaching classes, glass blowing, beginning and more advanced classes. And that's the one thing about the virus. We are pivoting more and more towards community access and more towards teaching and workshops. And so that's a big question mark right now.
We're in the throes of trying to innovate new ways we can do workshops, like even being able to send out a chunk of clay to someone who might even be somewhere in the country or local for pickup, and then actually having a class on Zoom. And then figuring out a way to like actually ship the made piece back, or if you're local, drop it off, and then we would do like a firing in the backyard of our beautiful facility. So it's been interesting to tune in. And in the glass studio, how could Randy do a workshop in sand? She's been thinking about one in sand casting, where people could stay at distance, and the tool for her sand casting is actually 6 feet long, incidentally. So just sort of this irony of, what are ways that we can really fold in that community access in this climate.
Well, that's great. You have to be really creative with your ideas now.
We're artists after all, right?
That's right. That's our show for this week. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to fill out your census form. And remember, I'm Debbie Ingram, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor of Vermont. Please vote for me in the Democratic primary on August 11th. You can get a mail-in ballot early or show up at the polls if you feel safe on August 11th. Thank you.